Right, so in a previous video we created the LED screen, which was this part here. In this video, what I'm going to show you is how we add this image onto that part to make it look like a game is being played on the screen. So in this image here we've got Super Mario Brothers. So you'll need to open Inventor, and you'll need to open the LED screen component, which we have created previously in another video. So I've opened mine, and here it is here. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to use the orbit tool so you can see this is my screen. We're going to be putting the image onto this front face here. Now if I press escape, it's going to get rid of the orbit tool. What we need to do first is over here on origin, if I click on the plus, that'll show you the 3 planes that we talk about when we're drawn to begin with. So there's the YZ, the XZ and the XY. So if you remember back, we drew the profile for the LED screen on the XY profile plane, the XY plane. So if I click on that, you can see there's the XY plane that we drew on to begin with. What we're going to need to do now is go up here to plane. The second option down is offset from plane. So if I click on that, that means that I can then click around here up where it says XY and drag outwards. So you can see that that's letting me drag a new work plane away from the surface of the LED screen. So we want it to be a good bit away, not a small bit like that, but a good bit away, about there. When you're happy, click on this little green tick, and that means I've created a new work plane. So if you see, if I put the mouse over that, it says work plane 1. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up here to start 2D sketch, and I'm going to choose work plane 1. So if I move the mouse over to the edge of this work plane, it goes red, I could then click. Next thing we're going to do, up here we have image. So if I click on image, now I have already saved an image that you guys can use, or if you want, you could go online and find an image of another Nintendo game that you might want to put onto the screen, but to make it easier, I've got one saved that you can use. So I'm going to find my image. Your guys will be in a different location. The teacher will put that on the board, but I have an LED screen one here which I'm going to open. Now I'm going to move that image to about there and just click. Now once I've clicked, I could click again and it'll put another image in, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to hit escape. If I double click the mouse wheel twice, it's going to zoom out. So you can see that I've put this image in and it's a lot bigger than this grey screen, which is what we need to put it onto. So I'm going to drag it up so the bottom corner is just covering the bottom corner of the LED screen, so I want it to be just over it. Double click the mouse wheel to zoom out. Now if I click on the image, I can use the corners of the image to change how big it is. So if I use this one here, I could then drag in to make it a lot smaller or a lot bigger, but I want it to be just a little bit bigger than the grey screen of the component that we've made in the background here. So I'm going to drag out until the image covers this grey part in the background, right? So I'm going to drag out to about here. Once I'm happy, let go of the mouse button, and that's it to the right size. Up here on the right, finish sketch. So you can see that what Inventor's done is it's put this image onto that work plane that we created, which is offset from the LED screen. So there's this gap. Next thing we're going to do is up here on the left. We've got a command called decal. So if I click on decal, first thing decal is going to ask me to do is choose the image. So I'm going to move the mouse over the image and left click once, and then you'll see that Inventor then moves down and asks me to choose the face that I want this image to go onto. So I want this image to go onto this face, so I then click this face. Once that goes blue, I can click OK, and that'll move the image from the work plane onto that face. To get rid of the work plane 1 that we've created, if we just move over the side of the work plane till it goes red, right click your mouse, and here where it says visibility, there's a little tick. I want to click on that tick, and it turns it off. It makes it invisible. Now if I use the orbit tool, you can now see that it's applied that image onto that front face of the LED screen. It's not put it on the back, not put it on any of the sides, it's just on that front face. So once you've done that, you can save that part. So I just need to go File, Save, and it'll save the changes that I've made to the LED screen. And that's the end of that video.